Every individual carries within them the seed of a powerful truth. Truth. The mind is the master, the architect, the silent force capable of shaping circumstances into reality. Yet this truth remains dormant until the mind is disciplined enough to focus with unwavering intention. The greatest obstacle is never the external world. It is the drifting mind that refuses to harness its own power. When the mind is scattered, desire weakens. When the mind is unclear, purpose fades. But the moment focus is chosen with deliberate conviction, the entire direction of one's life transforms. Within every goal lies a magnetic pull, a quiet whisper urging growth, demanding attention, calling for persistence. But that call cannot be heard by a mind drowned in worry, laziness, or emotional turmoil. Only a concentrated mind, one that has been trained through conscious effort, can grasp the opportunities that Success does not come to the one who wishes for it. It comes to the one whose thoughts are harmonized with a definite purpose and fueled by the intensity of focus. The mind, when disciplined, becomes a magnet. It draws toward itself the people, the resources, the ideas, and the circumstances needed to turn a vision into achievement. But this magnet grows weak when energy is wasted on fear, complaint, or distractions. Every moment spent drifting is a moment taken from one's future. Every moment spent strengthening focus is a step toward mastery. Everything that has been accomplished by great thinkers and high achievers began with a single decisive mental act. The commitment to it. Once the aim becomes fixed in the mind begins shaping every thought, every habit, every decision around that aim. This alignment creates momentum, quiet at first, almost invisible, but soon it builds into a force too powerful to be stopped. The disciplined mind commands its own emotions. It refuses to surrender to discouragement. It understands that temporary setbacks are not signals to quit, but invitations to rise with greater wisdom. A focused mind does not bow to difficulty. It uses difficulty as a sharpening tool. It sees in every obstacle the potential for strength, in every failure the seed of an equivalent advantage. The truth remains unchanged. The mind directs destiny. When it is disciplined, destiny elevates. When it is scattered, destiny dissolves. The path to achievement begins the moment the mind chooses to stop drifting and starts thinking with purpose, clarity, and unwavering faith. Focus is not merely a mental state. It is the spiritual foundation upon which all achievement is built. Where the mind goes, the future follows. Direct it with intention and destiny will respond, and there comes a moment when truth must be faced without hesitation. Nothing in life improves until the mind accepts absolute responsibility for its direction. Every individual possesses the power to rise, but too many surrender this power by clinging to excuses that weaken ambition and bury potential. Excuses may offer temporary comfort, but they destroy long-term achievement. They disguise themselves as reasons, yet they are nothing more than barriers constructed by fear, doubt, and indecision. No advancement has ever been created through tears of discouragement. No dream has ever been built upon the foundation of complaint. No destiny has ever improved through the habit of postponing effort. Progress answers only to those who command their own thoughts and refuse to indulge in the destructive luxury of self-pity. The mind must be trained to reject the impulse to quit, for quitting is the fastest path to mediocrity. Success demands discipline, unwavering, consistent, deliberate discipline. It demands the ability to act even when the emotions argue against it. It demands commit, especially in moments when motivation feels absent. Discipline is not born from comfort. It is born from understanding that every step taken in strength brings the goal closer, while every moment wasted in weakness pushes it further away. Sacrifice becomes the bridge between desire and accomplishment. The individual who refuses to sacrifice comfort, distraction, or temporary pleasure chooses, whether knowingly or not, to sacrifice their own future. There is no middle ground. One either pays the price of success or pays the cost of regret. The price may be high, but the reward is far greater. Those who shy away from effort remain bound by limitation. Those who embrace effort break free. A powerful truth must be accepted. Every result in life is a reflection of the thoughts cultivated and the actions taken. If the thoughts are weak, the results will be weak. If the actions are inconsistent, the achievements will be incomplete. Thoughts are strengthened and the actions are steady. Success becomes not a matter of chance, but a matter of certainty. The matter of certainty. The mind must be conditioned to understand that temporary setbacks are not signs of failure. They are indicators that the current approach must be refined. Every challenge carries a message, either to grow stronger or to grow wiser. When interpreted correctly, challenges become stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. Those who rise are not the ones who avoid difficulty, but the ones who dominate their response to it. They understand that progress is not made in comfort. It is forged in the fire of effort, persistence, and mental strength. They refuse to wait for perfect circumstances because they know the only perfect moment to act is always now. This is the reality. Success bows only to those who master their own mind. And mastery begins the moment excuses end. There exists within every individual a tremendous reservoir of untapped strength, a depth of potential that often remains undiscovered simply because the mind has not been trained to call it forth. Most people underestimate the power residing within them, not because it is small, but because it is silent, waiting, watching, prepared to rise the moment it is summoned with conviction. This inner force does not respond to doubt, fear, or hesitation. It responds to clarity, persistence, and unwavering belief. The human mind becomes extraordinary the moment it refuses to surrender to weakness. Every challenge, every difficulty, every setback serves a single purpose: to awaken the strength that routine and comfort keep hidden. Growth is never born from ease. Power is never discovered in moments when everything feels simple. True power reveals itself when the mind is tested, when the path becomes steep, and when persistence becomes the only way forward. Within each struggle lies an invitation to rise above limitation, to cultivate stronger habits, to build a spirit that cannot be bent. The individual who embraces this invitation begins to understand a profound truth. The obstacle is not an enemy, but a teacher. The challenge is not a barrier, but a sculptor, shaping character, sharpening focus, and preparing the mind for greater achievements yet to come. When the mind is focused, it becomes a tool of remarkable precision. It sees opportunity where others see discouragement. It identifies solutions where others recognize only problems. It transforms adversity into advantage. This phenomenon is not luck. It is the natural consequence of a mind governed by intention rather than emotion. Emotions fluctuate. They inspire one moment and weaken the next. But purpose remains steady. Purpose is the anchor that keeps focus aligned. When purpose becomes greater than fear, the mind gains access to strength that once seemed unreachable. And when the strength is activated, the limitations that once appeared absolute begin to dissolve. Persistence becomes the guardian of this inner power. The mind must learn that quitting is not an option. Not because the path is easy, but because quitting robs the individual of the very transformation needed to achieve greatness. A single act of persistence in the face of difficulty can open doors that doubt would have kept closed forever. With each step taken despite fear, the mind grows stronger. With each victory over hesitation, confidence expands. Faith is the companion of persistence. Not blind faith, but a deep internal certainty that success becomes inevitable when the mind is disciplined. The actions consistent and the purpose unwavering. Faith transforms effort from mechanical labor into inspired motion. It lifts the spirit. It sharpens determination. It fuels endurance. The power within does not announce itself with noise or spectacle. It reveals itself quietly but unmistakably the moment the mind declares, "I will not be defeated." From that moment onward, a new force begins guiding thoughts, shaping decisions, and strengthening character. This power has always been there. Awaken it for persistence to activate it, and for belief to sustain it. Now the moment has arrived when thought must be transformed into motion, and intention must evolve into decisive action. No idea, no dream, no desire, no matter how profound, can reshape a life unless it is acted upon with unwavering commitment. The greatest truths of achievement become powerless when left idle in the mind. They acquire their strength only when they are converted into discipline. A goal is not fulfilled by wishing. It is fulfilled by directing the full power of the mind toward it with relentless determination. Choose your aim with absolute clarity. Once chosen, let it dominate your thoughts, guide your decisions, and direct your energy. A definite goal becomes the compass that steers every action toward a greater destiny. Guard your goal fiercely. Not every voice deserves the authority to influence your direction. Not every opinion deserves the power to pull you away from what you know must be done. The world is filled with those who surrender to fear, and they often try to convince others to do the same. Protect your purpose from these influences. Surround your mind with thoughts that strengthen it, ideas that elevate it, and beliefs that reinforce your commitment. Act with persistence, not occasionally, not when conditions seem favorable, but consistently, deliberately, and courageously. There will be moments when doubts attempt to creep in, moments when fatigue whispers that the effort is too great, moments when progress feels slow. These are the moments that separate the achievers from the dreamers, the determined from the defeated. Persist through them, and your goal will move closer with each step. Act with faith. Let your belief in your own potential become the driving force that propels you forward, even when results are not yet visible. Faith transforms uncertainty into opportunity. It strengthens the mind against fear. It breathes life into every effort. When faith and persistence walk together, achievement becomes not just possible, but inevitable. Act with decisiveness. Indecision is the silent destroyer of ambition. It delays progress, weakens resolve, and invites fear to take command. Make your decisions with clarity and move on them without hesitation. Every decisive action builds momentum, and momentum becomes the engine that carries you to the finish line long after motivation has faded. All that is needed now is the courage to begin. The path does not reveal itself all at once. It reveals itself step by step to the one who has the courage to move. The mind has been awakened. The purpose has been defined. The strength within has been recognized. Now rise. Move with intention. Act with purpose. Let the world witness what a focused, disciplined, and determined mind can achieve. Your future waits for no one. Start now.